And in terms of the audience, and this is something that you probably have done as well, we try to do a little bit of personal touch. The more actually, the better for us. So whenever we can, we personalize our messages, whether it's newsletters, personal emails, even surveys. So the example that you see here, this is our latest newsletter for our community members, asking them to fill in the survey. And we use every feature, every platforms that can personalize our message. And yeah, not just newsletter, for instance, in the survey, we use type forms, which helps us to personalize in our communications, almost like I think some of you mentioned about two-way communications. So that's something that we try to embed, even though it's in a platform that doesn't really have a two-way communications like emails or newsletter. Another thing about audience is we try our best to first and foremost understand about our members and also speak their language. So again, this is an example of our newsletter, inviting our members to fill in the survey, to provide feedback about how we're doing, what kind of activities that we need to prioritize. And because our community consists of young change makers, we actually use a lot of GIFs, memes, something that you see on the screen. So yeah, we basically interact with our change makers, especially for internal communications, with things that our members are familiar. Next, still in the audience, and this is something that I think really helpful for us in order to find the right audience for our communications, because at least from our experience, it's better not to shoot to all directions, but to target our information. So we have what we call a community members database, which collects information about members that will help us to serve them better, their name and country of residence, SDGs point that they address, their needs and interests in terms of their venture, their superpowers, what they can contribute to the community. Of course, make sure that we are GDPR compliant. So every time we ask our members to fill in this information, they will, declare that they're okay with us keeping their information. At the same time, we also mentioned that whenever they want to withdraw their information or edit their information, or not for us to keep it any longer, it's okay. So yeah, this is very important for us to create the targeted messages and communications, and also help us to get a higher engagement in our communications. The next one is, the next element is a call to action. Again, this is something related to having our communications to be a two-way directions rather than us speaking to them only. So we provide more details in the call to actions, basically making it as easy as possible for our members to follow up. Either it's a sign up link, sign up button, visit our website button, add to calendar button, every button that will help them to take the next step, we try to provide them. So yeah, and also use the highlighted button, very clear for them, like what do they need to do in order to take the next step and follow up the message that we send them. So those are the elements that we basically implement in our messages. But one more thing that I would also like to mention, and this is related to Brandon's earlier comment about having fun, which makes everyone easy to create connections. In CXC, we really try to embed fun in everything we do. So use photos from our events, lots of colors, use illustrations whenever appropriate. Again, memes, GIFs that is relevant to the message, not just to make the messages to be more appealing, but also to make them to be easier to be digested. So as you can see, we use even, Jiffy stickers. We love Jiffy stickers, by the way. So yeah, just add the elements that make it easier for our members to get the message and to process the information that we send them.